as I don't know if you guys know, but the Pushcart Prize nomination is a prestigious honor within like the small writing press community. My first exposure to what it is and what it entails for me started back in 2021 when I was part of a committee to select nominees for the 2022 Pushcart Nominations for a publication in the San Gabriel Valley. And now that I have my own publication, Litstack, I feel like that it's right to put Litstack into the face of Pushcart and see what they think about Litstack people, because a lot of the writers that are on Litstack, they're awesome people. I've gotten to know them. I love their work and so forth. So I'm gonna read you, I guess, a bit of what I said to them in a letter back in October, because for every submission I had to physically print out each piece on paper and mail it. Dear Mr. Henderson and Pushcart Prize Evaluation Committee, I am District Tovar. On March 6, 2023, I created my own digital literary journal titled Litstack. This literary journal exists on Substack. As of July 5th, Litstack also exists on Threads. After careful consideration over the last 7 months, because it was October, I want to thank my first two writers who dedicated to take a chance with me and be published by me. Those two individuals are Alan Chazado and Christian Purpose. Remembering comments from some individuals said about reaction to Now, this piece is one of 6 poems nominated by Litstack. 3 of the 6 poems have been ranked by Litstack as top posts in my digital literary journal. The following are chosen to be nominated by Litstack for your consideration in awarding writers who will be declared winners in the upcoming 2024 or later Pushcart Prize Best of the Small Presses. Each piece is enclosed in this letter. The first one that I'm going to read here, and I'm going to now be switching around, is Untitled by Alan Chazaro, and this piece you can find on the thread section of Litstack. So I'm just going there right now. Oh shoot! I forgot that I'm doing a video. Let's see. I need to switch profiles because I run multiple social media accounts, so I need to get to the right one. Please bear with me here. My apologies. Oh, there we go. Just wait for it to open. Okay. Okay. Here I am. Here I am. Let's stack. A digital literary journal that is home to non-English poetry and prose. That's what it says when you visit the homepage of Let's Stack on Threads. All right, and as promised, Untitled by Alan Chazaro. Northern California is not a daydream. It is a landfill with signs saying, "Don't turn your back on the ocean." It is saturated ink, the hustle above unbroken bones, cartilage housing eucalyptus roots in a drought. It is earthquake and it is fire. And there are not enough beds to sleep in, but we still burn and dream of things wide enough to hold these redwoods and coastlines, because everything here is splitting, or has already been split, and we are learning how to laugh beneath the sunset. All right, there. So that's the first one. Second one, like I mentioned earlier in the letter, is Now by Brendan Grant, and that you can also find on the thread section of Litstack. Again, Threads is the Twitter slash X equivalent to what Meta slash Instagram created like a couple months ago. All right, now by Brendan Grant. We all suffer, but we can all shudder at the beautiful realization that this moment right here is all that exists, and you can't miss what isn't, but what isn't bliss. So sit right here and listen. Nothing has ever sounded exactly like this ever before, and it never will again. Isn't that incredible? We experienced that just then, and now we can begin again and again, always new until the very end. All right there. Next, what I'm going to read is on the main list stack page on Substack, and that is "The Show Will Not Go On" by Carlos Chavez. So I need to go on main list stack and look for that. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a Hop Secret in Monrovia, California, right next to the Monrovia A line station. No. Okay. All right. The show will not go on. The prologue is painful, filled with abuse from both strangers and familiars. I thought it would get better, but the main acts are filled with even more despair and heartache. The blinding bright spotlight above watches me intensely, ensuring I go on with the show, but after each and every chapter, I don't know if I can. I'm starting to wish for the epilogue, the ending, the moment the curtains close on my show and the audience finally clears out. If there were any left at this point, that is. I've watched as many arose from their seats and simply left my theater. I look out to them with hope, but all I see now are their backs moving away from me. With the blinding light in my eyes, it's hard to tell who's still in my audience. All I hear is silence. I see faint outlines of a few people, but I can't see their faces anymore. The crowd has grown slim and silent. The silence pierces my heart like a spear of solitude. Now I want nothing more but to have the stage lights finally dim and fade out from my eyes and the curtains close for the last and final time. I don't think I have it in me anymore to wait for the final act, as I often think about reaching out to pull the cords and closing the curtains early in the hands of the audience, a program to my show that they grasp will turn them into my obituary. I'm well aware that this action is frowned upon, but as I lose myself more and more, I start to care less and less. How I wish I could take so much back, but there are no refunds in life. Everything is final sale. Now I wish for a change, a new act, something to spark hope in my now empty spirit again before I end the show early. All right, so next on the list of people I nominated for Pushcart is also on Substack for list stack on Substack, and that is The Secret by Christian Purpose, who is also known as Soul Stuff. All right, I'm trying to get there. Please bear with me. Yeah, like I mentioned in the letter, Soul Stuff and Alan, thank you again for agreeing to be part of what I started back in March. I don't know if Lasac would have, been what it is without you two, and I really do mean that. Wherever I hope you guys do watch this. No, oh my God, technology. Try see. Yeah, I might come to Pam and. All right, so this is The Secret by Christian Purpose, aka Soul Stuff. And for by the way, just to give you a little context here, for this poem, what Soul Stuff did is took down notes from several poets from a poetry reading that he attended, and I think he also read in as well. And this poem is based off the works by Nicole G. Scipione, Amberly Clark, Joseph Bricker, Alex Hoagie, Emma Turar, and Malik S. Bailey. Secret. Can't you just belong to me? Why was there always someone else between your fingers? Why is playtime always performance? Your body has lays bloodless to a thunderous applause by a cacophony of Caucasians, one silver exit waiting to be taken. I don't have to exist, even though I'm me. I don't feel complete. The words cannot escape me when our mouths are so preoccupied. Is love worth the wounds? I love you, and I'm ashamed I love you. My biggest fear is that I'm exactly like the rest. I demand excellence for myself, forgive myself for how hard I am always. I ask the stage manager of God to pull back the curtain. The secret is joy. All right, that's the secret right there. All right, next piece that I have here that I nominated is by Ingrid M. Calderon Collins. And this is titled Everybody is a Mask of God. You can also find it on the main Lidstack page on Substack. Going back. All right, here we are. Everybody is a mask of God. When you leave me alone, I stumble into the sunlight. A tiny God punctures the soles of my feet. I suck them until the foot in my mouth is a metaphor, finding nutrition in filth. I am a well antennatal, a breached poem, solemn in repose, embroidered with a putrid inclination that who I am and how I am is a chance at grace. All right. All right. And the last nominee that I have on that letter that I mailed out is by Soda con Carne, and that title is East Los Blues. I'm looking for that right now. And I had the pleasure of hearing Soledad read this live at a reading I helped put together last month in Sacramento, and now I get to read it, and that's kind of like why I have this site to like let others that randomly stumble upon this website to read the poems to themselves, maybe read it out loud if they want to, wherever they're at, wherever they find this in the world. Islos Blues, after Sesu Foster and Wanda Coleman. All I know about East Los is the Ramona Gardens projects. Repetition of the same white houses filled with brown faces, built in bunches, a little park at the heart. I run barefoot through mud puddles around classic cars rebuilt by Abuelito, weave my way through Corona bottles. I read about Seshu's LA, his East Los, his city Terrence, makes me miss my LA, my San Fernando Valley, my Panorama City. Where is my Plaza de Valle? With technicolor hamburgers and tortilla recipes whispered in dreams by ancestors Japanese. Are we serving community or just continuing Spaniard ideologies on caste and mestizos and your raza cosmica bullshit? My Valley Indoor Swap Meet, my Panorama Mall, my red zone filled with baby punks and OGs, matching safety pins and ears, perked up by breakdowns and the same three chords reverberating from 1979. Leave your black flag at home. I'm only talking about my black and brown punks. I think of the love I abandoned at the Rosita Orange Line station. He left me with a blue amp at the bus stop because he wanted me to keep up my screaming. I lock away my definition of love 6 feet deep in my heart, a secret I will always keep. I am naively too honest. The one I love would have been a junkie in a different time and place. The one I love caught onto the blues at a young age, shared them with me too. Made love to me in Ella, moaning like Sarah and Blakey. Cried in Chet and Billy, lost his voice screaming like Davis. It hit me with that blue train. Last stop been done wrong. My body scattered from Van Nuys Amtrak to Fruitvale BART. I'm so Valley. I'm so SFE. I'm so 818. I'm like, oh my God, like tubular, like Brody to the max, like let's burn down Calabasas and like fucking the ashes of the Kardashians' $1 million mansion that could house 1 million houses people with Nuri Martinez's head on a stake and Alex Villanueva's balls nailed to a wall with a knife, forged by the hands of the Mexicans they forgot they had a connection with, because the Mexicans got no alliance with another Mexican when their words are just repetitions of white colonial bullshit. Not all Mexicans are indigenous. Remember that. But yeah, I'm so Valley. I forget my dad was one of those East Los Hazard Street Vato Locos, and half my kiddie days were in those Ramona Gardens till he found a new woman and decided to raise her kids instead of his own. How much does his East Los mirror the one I vaguely remember that I read about through Seshi Foster? The most I know about my father is the sun bouncing off his shiny slick back hair, how he hates his own father, how his blues are the same shade as the love I give away. What kind of Freudian shit is that? Maybe the same shades of blue gravitate towards each other and cling like hydrogen to the oxygen atoms, pulled together into a glob of paint that we use to color symbols of solitude, sadness, sedentary existence onto our pathetic faces. Not as warriors, but as creatures that crave their own death slash demise slash destruction. All right. So those are the people I nominated for Pushcart. I hope we all win and get on that next printed issue. I think these people, like everyone else on Liststack, whether it's on Substack or Threads, are awesome, and I just love to celebrate them. Have a good night.